guys, welcome to another lovely weekend short. I'm Roger, the Shave Lion, and this is episode 115. Good to see you this morning. I hope you're blessed in the Lord. Well, today I'm going to be shaving with a new soap that I have just gotten, and today I'm shaving with Barrister and Man Latha's Figgy Pudding, Green Fig, Oak, and Spices. There's a nice lovely look at that. And then I have the matching aftershave. Yes, the matching aftershave. Very nice indeed. Okay, so this is a short that I have prepared my lather already. It looks really good. There's a nice look at that wonderful lather. And I'm using my Tampa Shave Company boar's hair brush from the Tampa Shave Kit, and I'll be using my Tampa Edition razor from Tampa Shave Company, also with a blade. Oh my goodness sakes alive, I need to put a blade in here. Don't worry, I got it. Okay, now I gotta play hunt for the other razor that has my blade in it. Ooh, I found it. I'm going to shave with that one now. Very good. I'm using the Darko Prime Platinum blade. And this has got, I think, the 4th or 5th shave on it. This will most likely be my last shave. Alright. I hope you're doing fabulous today. I'm loading this razor into my blade right now. Loading this razor into the... I got it all backwards. Loading the blade into the razor. Goodness sakes alive. It's time for me to wake up, and I'm being challenged, apparently. Alright. The blade is locked and loaded. I'm good to go. And now, I'm going to share God's Word with you. Today's word from the Lord comes from 1 Peter chapter 3, begin just verse 17. Listen to this wonderful word. For it is better to suffer for doing good, if that should be God's will, than for doing evil. So short, let me try to read it again. For it is better to suffer for doing good, if that should be God's will, than for doing evil. Alright, you guys. Fantastic. The next thing on the list is the towel. Yes, the wet, sloppy, ploppy towel. Ooh. We're getting it. It's coming along. It's almost there. And it's there. Okay. Go ahead and present the towel. Very good. All right. And now we'll lather it up. You know, we live our life, and not everything goes super swell for us. That's really true, you know. I mean, we try to do our best in this life, and sometimes we find ourselves suffering even under unjust circumstances. Now, most Americans have a problem with this, simply because they oftentimes live a life of entitlement, you know? And it doesn't take very much to understand and see that living a life in Jesus, sometimes living as Christians, can give us trouble. And I think sometimes with our sense of entitlement, we think that we shouldn't suffer for anything unless we're absolutely deserving. Well, and then lots of times we feel like, well, we shouldn't have to suffer anything. And this is kind of a false notion. No, it is a false notion. Because God intends to allow suffering in our lives for various reasons. And so we have to be careful that we're not encroaching on God's will for our lives, even in suffering. Alright? Remember, His suffering that we do endure does have a purpose. And lots of times, it does God's will in a person's life. That suffering helps the Lord to offer more freedom to souls. Now, if we suffer for doing wrong, that's one thing. Well, if we get a ticket, or something along that, and we've done something wrong, guess what? We're deserving of it. There you go. But sometimes we actually suffer for things that we actually did not do. Or we suffer for things that were not our fault, and yet we still suffer for it. Sometimes God allows that to happen in our lives. I would urge you to be patient in those things, because God will use that suffering for His good and gracious will, and for the good of others. Just because we're suffering does not mean God is angry with us. And just because we're suffering doesn't mean that there's not a purpose behind it. So what I'm asking you to consider today is to be patient in your suffering. That's important, because God does use that suffering. And especially so when we give it to Him. That's all we have to do. Just give it to Him. And He will use it. Because He is wonderful and glorious. Alright. That's pretty much all I have. Tell you what, I'll come back after the rest of the shave, and we will put on the aftershave and close it up. Alright, you guys, see you in a little bit. Very good. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So please, don't get twisted into knots when you suffer for doing good, because it very well may be God's will. And if it is, don't worry, because you will be rewarded for it. Alright, you guys? Very good. And now, it's aftershave time. That's the figgy pudding aftershave. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead. Very interesting scent to this. And now I get to smell. Very pleasant. Trying to get a handle on the scent of this. It says green fig oak and spices. It's just kind of a unique. It's a very unique scent, but it smells wonderful. Alright, you guys. Once again, that was Barrister and Mann's Lather Figgy Pudding. And this is the aftershave. The post-balm shave splash. Yes, very nice. It feels wonderful. Alright, you guys. Be blessed in the Lord. Have a great day. And may He give you Nick Free and Baby Butt Smooth Shaves. Have a great day, everyone. Toodles!